Back in February of this year, for the first time in about 15 years, I asked for something I wanted. I asked for my best friend to celebrate my birthday with me. And I was shit terrified to ask such a simple thing. I felt dumb for wanting to celebrate my birthday. I felt terrified of what's gonna happen. And I still remember I was feeling so bad about it because I felt like I was too much. I felt like my request was too much because that's what I learned through my childhood, that I'm too much if I want things, because I wanted things back in my childhood and I ended up learning that I don't get those things. And if I don't get those things, I will be hurt, I will feel bad. So I was so scared of this day. And when I actually came and my best mate only had like 48 hours to organize the whole thing, I was so scared that he was not gonna show up, that he forgot it. And it was honestly so good. And this sounds stupid, it's just a birthday, but there were cakes, there were balloons, decoration, and he even reached out to a bunch of my friends from all around the world and he asked them for a few words of congratulations and hey, you mean something to me and all that stuff. And this isn't really about the video, but let me get one more point home. So, I didn't want to celebrate birthdays for 15 years. That's why it was so important to me. And that's why it was so scary to me, because I made myself small, I made myself invisible for years. I've always played it small, played it safe, so nobody could see me, nobody could attack me and hurt me. Man, it was one of the best experiences in life. And today we are going to dive into why you can't ask for things and the real cost it has in your life. So let's stay tuned and let's get right into it. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why it feels so scary to ask for something. And that's not as a concept, but as a feeling, as an emotion in your body. So stay tuned for this. This is not for guys who are just too lazy to ask for something, or they are distracted, but this is really for the guys that when they think about asking for something that's important to them, they start sweating, they get like nauseous. That's for you. If that's like you, if you have like a strong feeling about asking somebody for something, this is exactly for you, and you need to stay until the end because that's where everything I say in this video starts to make sense. Let me show you what not being able to ask actually did to my life. So, I had one of the hardest days in my life at work. Everything went wrong that day basically. I came home in this apartment that I shared with my ex-girlfriend, and I just wanted her to be there for me because I was feeling terrible this day. I just wanted to spend time with her and be happy with her. See her around, smiling, you know, dancing with her, playing something with her, whatever, right? I wanted her to be around. But I couldn't ask for it because I felt like asking again. I was too much, I wanted too much. So she wasn't around that night. I was alone with myself for hours and I felt fucking horrible. And I couldn't blame her because she didn't know what I was going through. She didn't know that I would rather have spent time with her than being alone in the dark. And another example is at work. There were days where I didn't know what I was doing, but because I was scared to ask if somebody could help me. Because I never asked for help. Because I always learned that you have to go through everything alone. And because I was scared to ask, I started to make mistakes on the project I didn't understood, of course, right? And that led to weeks of headache at the office. And that's the real cost of you not being able to ask for things you need and want. When was the last time you needed something but stayed silent? Drop it down in the comments. I'm sure this is going to be an inspiration to other guys to see how bad not being able to ask can fuck your life. I want you to drop a like if you recognize this feeling I'm about to describe to you. So, within you there is a wounded inner child, and whenever you want to ask for something you truly need and you want, that child is screaming at you. It shows up through sweating at your hands and palms and arms, through that feeling here in your throat where you feel like you're stuck in your throat, through the weird feeling you have in your gut, like a pit in your gut. All these feelings are just your inner child screaming at you. Your inner child wants to be seen because your inner child doesn't know he's safe now. He doesn't know you take care of him. So whenever you want to ask for something, that inner child that learned that asking is dangerous protects you. There's this second voice inside of you. And the voice is not bad. The voice is actually good because It made you survive. Without that inner child, without that voice, you would not be here right now. You would not be watching this video and fixing your damn life. So be thankful that you have this inner voice, but also be clear about it. The inner voice, the inner child, it needs the safety, and you are the only person that can give him this safety, this feeling of belonging, this feeling of knowing I'm safe, I'm protected. So please do the work and make him feel safe again. It's important to know one thing. The longer you stay silent, guys, the harder it gets to break this habit, because you become the person that doesn't ask. And for me, this thing started when I was 12 years old. I nearly carried this thing for 14 years of not being able to ask, and it was very hard to break. So break it as fast as possible. So here's where it started for me. When I was 12 years old, I got bullied. I had no friends, I was alone, I tried to kill myself with a knife. Long story short. And I learned one crucial thing, that I'm not good enough to ask. If I ask, I'm in danger. So I just stayed silent for the rest of my life, and I suffered. I suffered not only from pain, I suffered from not being able to connect with friends, not being able to be present with my girlfriend, not being able to form bonds with people I would have liked to love, because I never felt safe and I never felt like I belonged to them, because I went into these relationships, to these friendships, with the mindset of I'm not good enough, I don't deserve that, so I self-sabotaged myself to ruin the whole thing. And that's the real fucking cost of not being able to ask questions, not being able to express what you want and need with your friends. And your friends, if you're honest, if they're real friends, they would love to help you, they would love to give you advice, they would love to spend time with you if you're in the shit zone. When did you stop asking for things? You don't have to tell me, I would love to hear it, but just think about it. When do you think that asking became a character flaw? When did you were convinced that asking was something bad? Here's the full picture of what not being able to ask actually does to your life. With your friends, you will never truly feel a bond. You will never have this brotherhood of people helping each other, of going through thick and thin, of going through the hard times together. In a relationship, you will never be truly loved. How could you expect it? You are not even allowing the other person to love yourself, because you don't love yourself, you don't think you're good enough, and you just become this mystery. Nobody knows who the fuck you are, what's going on, and the bond just dies. You just become this distant thing up there that nobody can reach. And at work, people that push forward in work, at work, are the guys that ask for a project, that ask for help, that ask for a salary raise, that ask to be promoted, that ask to go remote and travel the fucking world while working. And you just sit there and you just sit there. You do never break this. And the worst part is, it's a relationship with yourself. And the more you swallow the needs you have, the more you tell yourself, I don't matter, I don't belong, I'm not good enough, I'm shit. Because if I was not shit, I would stand up for myself and ask for what I need, because my needs are important. What's the one thing you needed for years and never said it out loud? Drop it down in the comments, boys. I want to read it, and I know it's going to be hard to write this out, but it's important that you realize what you have been putting off for so long. I told you before the story about my birthday this year. I was super nervous about it. I was frightened to ask, but I did it. And on the other side of this was one of the most beautiful evenings I had in my life. And I wanted to express this feeling of gratitude and love for my friends, for my best mate, for what he did to me, for what he did for me. But I just sat there and I couldn't speak. I was just so terrified that something might still go wrong. I wanted to express how much this means to me, but I simply couldn't. But besides the fact that I couldn't do it, that room, seeing that somebody put in the effort for something that is important to me. Man, if you see this video, the guy I'm talking to, my best mate, honestly, you have no clue how much that day helped me to heal and become a better version of myself. I'm eternally grateful that you did that for me, and you did a great job at it, mate. I will never forget what you did, and I will never forget that video you made of my friends telling me what they think about me. Honestly, big love to that guy. Now ask yourself this question. Who in your life would show up for you if you ask them? There must be one single person, and if there honestly is no one, then I still know somebody that does. You know who? It's yourself. You can show up for yourself. If you need something, you can ask yourself for it. And you, if you need love in your life, if you need connection in your life, you can ask yourself for it. And then you tell yourself, I'm here for you, I love you. And then you asked for something and you got something. And that's how you rewire your brain of being able to ask other people for stuff. And you can start small, go on the street, ask somebody, hey, what's the time? I need to know where the train station is. You can start very simple, but you need to start to ask what you need. Long story short, you can't ask for what you need because you still carry this belief that you are not good enough. You learned this somewhere in your life, somebody planted this seed in your brain, and you still carry it. So you need to break this habit. If you're truly dedicated to breaking this thought pattern, leave a follow, leave a like. We're gonna break it together here. If you need more in-depth help, reach out to me. I'd love to help you. And now, all I want to say is thank you for sticking here with me. See you guys in the next one. My throat is sore from talking. Third video I recorded right now. See you guys.